like religions, no two people can agree on one definition of happiness. It's not possible. Because it's a byproduct of a state that is beyond all of that. So to go back to the issue of wants, it's the best challenge that we could have ever had from the ultimate, if you like, this amazing design of the universe or the cosmos. You are driven, you want. But where will it stop? How much? How many zeros? You see, now a wise person will say, no, leave it, especially if you had a bit of a legal background. No, we'll rediscuss that later, because you never know the rate of inflation, deflation, devaluation. It's all zeros. Why? Because we all want more. So that is the foundation that propels inflation, and to hope for greater profit than the energy or the input into it. So our wants are the driving force to get us into the maximum within the space-time box, speed of light. We can't go faster. That's it. So at that point, mass will disappear. You're touching now a zone of reality, which is the sanctum itself. It is the quantum field. It does not follow any of the usual laws that we worked on and knew they work within the box of space and time. Now we are into a zone where energies are in a flux that you can almost not distinguish anything from anything. It is a vortex of different levels of pure energies. And that's what it is. So once you've entered that zone, there is no way to return, because now you're completely, your cellular, your mental, your emotional, your value, your spiritual, had been taken into a new synchrony. You have the full spectrum of consciousness. Consciousness beyond limit, and consciousness of a human being walking on a grass, or talking to a passenger or some messengers. So all of them are together, seamless. Earlier on, when people are on so-called spiritual paths, they have a lot of these epiphanies and out-of-body experiences and near whatever. Hundreds of different definitions of experiences that are not completely containable by the mind, not fully rational. And this will increase, because we are creatures in the middle. Many of the great traditions in our history of 5,000-6,000 years say human beings are middle people. The Abrahamic prophets say that. Buddha says that, and others. You are middle. You are in between humanity, which has emerged from tiny cell to all the other animals and so on, and then culminating in Homo sapien, who thinks he is more clever than others, and that's why he's digging his own grave very fast. So that's what is happening. You've come from that into its origin of energy, which is divinity. Inseparable. If you don't see or smell the beautiful Rosa Damaskina from a pool of decaying compost, then you're not in unison. If you are in unison, then you'll see whatever are the opposites in each other. How can love and hate be separate? How can attraction and repulsion be separate? Just the other side of the coin. If there is light, there will be also a black hole. It's unavoidable. But then there is a light before lights, or original light of lights. Then, of course, you give it all kinds of names of deities, and people start quarreling because of that also. But my God is bigger than yours. So we've covered what you want things, and who wants them, and who it is. humanity, divinity, you want these things. And you know now that you really want to have a zone that there are no wants in it. So the real most important question lies for you to sort out. How? Immediate things, how do I get there? So you've made it into a place. It becomes now another sacred place. You kill others on the way to it and you get killed on the way back. And sacred. Where this hasn't gone, where can it be anything? Seen, unseen, or energy or matter, unless there is that original spark in it. That's why it's connected. It's cosmos, not chaos. So here we are on this tremendous challenge of how do I get there? Now I'm told it's not even there. So then that field must be everywhere, potentially. So why am I not unified with it, or in touch with it, or am thrilled by it? It's obvious because my mind is the mediator between the unseen and the seen, and my mind is occupied with something else. With who is in the shop now, who is not, and who could have robbed my car or whatever. So your mind is deflecting, reflecting, blocking, filtering that connectedness. So that is why, as life becomes more complex and more demanding, and time becomes, so to speak, more valuable, time is so valuable, life is so valuable, it's beyond value, but we all the time want to say, stop there, what's the bottom line? So the issue is now, how do I find a means to attain that state? You told me it's not a place, it's not a time, but it's a state, all right. It is a supra-feeling that prevails, but it's not just a whim. Because a lot of people get constantly whims of, suddenly a mood changes. That's the time to ask them for what you want, because they're more amenable. A mood of generosity is, it's early morning, whatever, or after the news, or whatever. It's a whim. It's just a mood. Not good enough. You want to have a mode that you know that recharging possibility is there always. Recalibration is always there. Mama is always there. Father in heaven is always there. It's always there. Just stop being somewhere else and it's there. So how do you get that state? This subject we'll discuss next year. Now, this is called marketing ploy. Keep them on suspense